After the first commercial break, before the second one.
Yeah, they were pretty short in between. Like there wasn't much in between. It wasn't as long as the first one. Mr. Producer, we're back in this hoe. Mr. Producer, your bitch is a hoe. Mr. Producer, we got the biggest dicks. Mr. Producer, come and suck this cock. Bitch, we back. It's the Basics Podcast, part 2. We're getting right into it. You know what it is.
Let's fucking go.
To a record low under your presidency, black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes. And black Americans are imprisoned.
Black Americans.
Of white Americans. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
Have you seen this part?
I acknowledge you made a lot of progress.
No.
The fact of the matter is,
I'm gonna leave it right here.
Small black businesses that.
Or should I go back here?
No. Go back.
The worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country. We shouldn't be having a debate about it. There's nothing to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it debunked all over the place. Every anchor has, every reasonable anchor has debunked it. And just the other day it came out where it was fully debunked. It's a nonsense story. He knows that.
The first,
he didn't run because of Charlottesville. He used that as an excuse to run.
President Biden?
And debunked. It happened. All you have to do is listen to what was said.
No, this is fine. Keep it here.
And the idea that somehow that's the only
reason I gotta piss. Hold on.
I ran because I was worried a guy
like same.
If he thought they were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, then he didn't deserve to be president. Didn't deserve to be president at all. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated, we saw with our own eyes. We saw what happened on January 6th. We saw the people breaking through the windows. We saw people occupying his own vice president. Look, there's a reason why 40 of his 44 top cabinet officers refused to endorse him this time. His vice president hasn't endorsed him this time. So why? Why? They know him well. They serve with him. Why are they not endorsing him?
Thank you, President Biden. We're going to be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate.
The fact of the matter is, there's more small black businesses that have been started than any time.
From Georgia, let's talk about persistent challenges you both faced in your first terms and you'd certainly face again in a second term. President Biden, while black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and black Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
They acknowledge they made a lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is, there's more small black businesses that have been started than any time in history. Number two, the wages of black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long, long time. Number three, we're providing housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporations that collude to keep people out of their houses. In addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that black families have to make relative to child care is incredibly difficult. When we did the first major piece of legislation in the past, I was able to reduce black child care costs. I cut them in half.
We saw
to
this.
make sure we provide for child care costs communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they have health insurance. We have covered, if the ACA has increased, I made sure that they're $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times. He wants to get rid of the ACA again, and they're going to try again if they win. You find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing any, we put more police on the street than any administration has. He wants to cut the cops. We're providing for equity and making sure people have a shot to make it. There's a lot going on, but in inflation, he caused it by his tremendous malfeasance in the way he handled the pandemic.
Thank you. Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis. 2023 was the hottest year in recorded history, and communities across the country are confronting the devastating effects of extreme heat, intensifying wildfires, stronger hurricanes, and rising sea levels. Former President Trump, you've vowed to end your opponent's climate initiatives, but will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
Well, let me just go back to what he said about the police, how close the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every state is supporting Donald J. Trump. Almost every police. And what he's done to the black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. We can't, in the 1990s, we can't forget super predators was his name. And he called it to them for 10, and they've taken great offense at it.
I remember we watched this because I was like, Trump's for the culture.
For criminal justice reform and for the historically
Bro, this dude is on
colleges and universities where I funded them and
this
got
guy's
them all
spitting.
funded. And the opportunity zones with Tim, as you know, Tim Scott was incredible. He did a great job, great senator from South Carolina. He came to me with the idea, and it was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic development acts ever in the country, opportunity zones. And the biggest beneficiary are blacks. And that's why we have the best numbers with them in maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where ever, the best numbers. He's lost much of the black population because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But wait till you see these millions of people pouring into our country, and they're going to take the jobs. And it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
You 38 seconds left. President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever.
We had H2O.
And we were using all forms of energy, all forms, everything. And yet, during my 4 years, I had the best environmental numbers ever. And my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on the stage, actually.
Let's go.
The idea.
What did he say?
He said it's true.
He take something tortilla?
Most extensive climate change legislation in history.
Jordan, is this man
And by the way,
speaking English?
black colleges.
I don't know, bro. I can't understand him.
HBCUs, historic black universities and colleges, because they don't have the kind of contributors that they have to build these laboratories and the like. Any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just don't have the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech.
What about Latino and Hispanic students?
He is claiming to have.
Well, what about that Latina mommy?
Water?
Oh, yeah.
Cleanest water? He hadn't done a damn thing for the environment. He pulled out of the Paris Peace Accord, Climate Accord. I immediately joined
Are you
it.
saying Joe Biden does not care about that Latino mommy?
1.5 degrees Celsius, and then he
doesn't, bro.
There's no way back.
I'm upset by that.
Latinos for Trump, bro.
And he didn't do a damn thing about it. He must undo all that I've done.
I'm upset by that.
Paris Accord
Mexicans
is
for Trump,
process of
Latinos for
$1 trillion,
Trump.
and China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing.
Dominicans
It was a ripoff of the United
Trump.
States. And
Cubans love Trump, bro.
because I didn't want to waste
Cubans
that.
for Trump, Grenada, running it up for Trump.
It's costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it.
Everybody
And it
loves
was a
Trump, bro. The only one that
disaster.
loves Biden are
Everything that he
fucking
said just
bots,
now, I'll
bro.
give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
The idea is that we, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence who were not members of the Paris Accord. How can we do anything if we're not able to, the United States can't get its under control? One of the largest polluters in the world, number one. We're making significant progress. By 2035.
Oh, what's he putting in his nose? Did you see
We
that?
need to be energy independent. They didn't ask any questions about energy
Hey.
independence.
Continue to make progress.
Hey, rewind it. What did he just put in his nose? Go back.
Thousands of young people will learn how to deal with just like
Go back. 30 seconds. What did he put in his nose?
we're moving.
And China nothing, and Russia
Watch
nothing.
Biden. Watch Biden. Watch what he put in his nose.
A ripoff of the United States.
Watch.
And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that
Don't-
money because they treat us
Don't
horrible.
hesitate. Watch this whole
Costing
thing.
us money. Nobody else was paying into it, and it was a disaster. But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example.
Did I go
heard him
back
say
too
before
far?
Insulin. I'm the one.
You went
that
back
got
way too far.
Oh, it's going back. It's about to be right here.
The seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee you that. And I want to take.
I don't know what this is. I don't know where we're at.
Destroying our country. They're taking over our schools.
It's right here. 30 seconds.
And they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
The idea is that we, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence who were not members of the Paris
Right here.
Accord. How can we do anything if we're not able to, the United States can't get its under control? One of the largest polluters in the world, number one. We're making significant progress. By
What is that?
2035, we will have cut.
What is that?
He had
What was
an
that?
itch. He itched it.
No. He just snooted. He snooted and tooted and booted.
For thousands of young people will learn how
That boy just got rocketed off.
And we're moving in directions that are going to significantly change the elements of cause.
Look at him.
But the idea that
he hit him just now. It hit him just now.
Concerned about.
He said, "Oh," and he bent over. He's like, "Ah."
I've not seen any indication of that. And by the way,
Oh,
with regard to prescription drugs, one company agreed that they would reduce the price to $35, which I was calling for, one, voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
So every day,
And by the way-
Americans struggle just to make ends meet. For many older Americans, Social Security provides a critical lifeline. President Biden, if nothing is done to Social Security, seniors will see their benefits cut in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific step?
Bro, I never
you're willing
plan on
to take to
retiring, bro.
keep Social Security solvent?
yes.
What do you mean? You gonna work till you fucking
Fair
80?
share.
Huh?
Right now,
How long you plan on living?
$70,000 pays
No, I'm
6%
saying that like
of their income.
the way everything's going, everything's just more and more fucked economic wise. Like
when they're 18 years old.
the ability to retire is not as
I'm
easy
not
as it used to be in the
proposing
past.
that.
Oh no. The ability to retire with a pension
Just pay 1%.
does not exist.
So no one I would not raise the.
You have to rely on
Bro,
Social Security.
our
bro.
generation
under
can't even buy a home, bro.
Began to make the wealthy.
No,
get
they cannot.
by increasing from.
You know how much it
1%
costs to buy a home?
Guarantee
The median in America is like
So you still have
430,000 or
82
something like
seconds
that.
left. Are there any other measures?
Is it 400? I thought it was 500, but yeah, something around that.
Yeah, it's fucking high, bro.
Oh no, that one enough will keep
Not
us
just
solid.
California.
The biggest thing I'll do it.
No, California's like
He wants
higher
to
than
get
that.
security. He thinks
California's
there's plenty
like
to cut in Social
600 or
Unless you
700.
buy some
It's fucking
shit in
crazy.
Fairfield.
both times. And that's what. And if you look at the
You might be able to find a spot in Fairfield for like 400K.
that he
Or
supports
in the bump
is in
fuck
fact
middle of nowhere
quantitative
where
as
you're an
well.
hour from
The
anything.
idea that we don't need to protect.
Hey, listen, where are we at in Sacramento, bro? We're an hour from anything in Sacramento too.
Right.
Okay.
American public has greater health care coverage today
Okay.
than ever before. And on the AC, as I said, you're in a
We
circus.
got to deal with it.
400,000 people, 40 million people would not have
Oh,
insurance
man.
for existing condition.
What do we got
Only
here?
one of them to have that insurance is the fact that they, in fact, are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other
What is
thing
he saying, dude? I cannot hear
social
him.
work
Why is he so
about
soft-spoken?
Black communities, I've raised the amount of money for Pell Grants by another $8,000. So anybody
But if you're gonna
Turn
talk
his
like this,
volume up.
you're going to be able to.
if you talk like this to any leader of any other nation, they're gonna be fucking
They're gonna
bored with you and
shit
not
on
listen
you.
to you.
Thank you, President Biden.
You're
President
going to
Trump.
fucking
So
shit
I've
on
dealt
you.
with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He could look you in the face. About so many other things too. And we mentioned the laptop. We mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid. They're putting them in our
Yo, bro,
hospitals.
can we pause so I can get
They're
another
placing
drink?
our citizens there. What they're doing to the VA, to
Oh, you're not even there.
it's unbelievable. Our veterans
Okay,
are
go
living on
pause
the
it.
street, and these people are living in luxury hotels. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's really coming back. I've never seen such anger in our country before.
President Biden.
The idea that veterans are not being taken care of, I told you before. And by the way, when I said suckers and losers, he acknowledged after that he fired that general. That general got fired because he's the one that acknowledged that that's what he said. He was the one standing with Trump when he said it, number one. Number two, the idea that we're going to be in a situation where all these millions and
Bro, I
millions
wanted
of
them to ask him about
illegal
their
aliens are coming
opinion
into the
and
country
stance on the
and
Zin
taking away our
ban.
jobs. There's a reason why we have the fastest growing economy in the world. The reason why we have the most successful economy in the world. We're doing better than any other nation in the world. And by the way,
Hello?
those 15 Nobel laureates he talked about being phony, those 15 Nobel laureates, economists, they all said that if Trump is reelected, we're likely to have a recession and inflation is going to increasingly go up. And by the way, worst president in history, 159 presidential scholars voted him the worst president in the history of the United States of America.
President Biden, thank you so much. Let's turn to the cost of child care, which many American families struggle to afford. President Trump, both you and President Biden have tried to address this issue, but the average cost of child care in this country has risen to more than $11,000 a year per child. For many families, the cost of child care for 2 children is more than their rent. In your second term, what would you do to make child care more affordable?
Just to go back, the general got fired because he was no good. And if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say it, and they're very highly respected, much more so than him. The other thing is, he doesn't fire people. He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. Not easy to fire people. You'd pay a price for it, but they were no good. I inherited these people. I didn't put him there. I didn't put Comey there. He was no good. I fired him. This guy hasn't fired anybody. He never fires. He should have fired every military man that was involved with that the Afghanistan horror show, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. He didn't fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world? Did anybody get fired for allowing 18 million people, many from prisons, many from mental institutions? Did you fire anybody that allowed our country to be destroyed? Joe, our country is being destroyed as you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said about me because I said it. But look, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit, like this much. It's insignificant. He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters.
Yo.
And I don't think we just can't let it happen. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance,
Facts.
of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He is the worst in history by far.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden?
We're the most admired country in the world. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We have the finest military in the history of the world, the finest in the history of the world. No one thinks we're weak. No one wants to screw around with us. Nobody, number one. Number two, the idea that we're talking about worst presidents. I wasn't joking. Look it up or go online. 159 or 58, don't hold me the exact number, presidential historians, they've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history, one through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's a fact. It's not conjecture. He can argue they're wrong, but that's what they voted.
Holy shit, bro! My bad. That's my bad.
He is doing anything to
What
do
happened?
with child care.
Oh, I just got locked at the bar.
Child care. We should significantly increase the child care
Whoa.
tax rate. We should significantly
talk to all
increase
them.
the availability of women and men or single parents to be able to go back to work. And we should encourage businesses to have
Thank you, President
child care
Biden.
facilities.
President Trump, the question was about what would you do to make child care more affordable, if you want to take your minute.
Just so you understand, we have polling, we have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me,
Shit.
I'll show you, I will show you. And they rate me one of the best, okay? And
What? He said they raped him?
for years, I will be the
Bro,
best.
what?
I'll be the best. Nobody's
The
ever
fuck?
created an economy like us. Nobody ever cut taxes like us. He's the only one I know. He wants to raise your taxes by 4 times. He wants to raise everybody's taxes by 4 times. He wants the Trump tax cuts to expire. So everybody, including the two of you, are going to pay 4 to 5 times. Nobody ever heard of this before. All my life, I'd grow up and I'd see politicians. talking
Damn, dude,
about
he's just going in. Look at Biden. He's asleep.
taxes.
Okay,
And
everyone take a drink.
We did more.
Biden's
business
asleep.
than
Take a
all
drink.
these
Drink.
Take a
companies.
drink.
They were bringing money back. The worst
Cheers,
president
bud.
in history by far. And
He's asleep.
everybody-
He's still asleep.
President Biden?
Look,
Oh, he woke back up.
he's dead wrong.
Say it again.
about
The fact
he's
is-
increased the tariff. He will increase.
Oh, shit. He said the fact is.
I said I'd never raise
You gotta
the tax
drink again.
on less than $400,000. I didn't. But this tariff is 10% tariffs. Everything coming in the country, you know what the economists say? That's going to cost the average American $2,500 a year more because they're going to have to pay the difference in food and all the things that we're importing. Number two, he's in a situation where he talks about how he has not raised, he's somehow helped the middle class. Middle class have been
I say a 10% flat
Not
tax,
even
like it says in the
tax cut of
Bible.
$5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt.
10% flat tax? Oh, for tithing?
Yeah, 10%.
Number one.
I'm good with the 10% flat tax. Nothing more.
No. That's a tithe. That's a tithing. That's not tax. That's tithing.
China.
I know.
We are the lowest.
The Romans
Compromise.
still taxed
I'm
them
saying-
on top of tithing.
She lost
Thank
Say
you,
it-
President Biden.
say again?
Let's discuss an epidemic impact.
The Romans
you have
still
made a
taxed the Jews on top of their tithes.
crisis, and for both of you, the number of
The tithing is 10%, and the Catholics.
I know.
Listen, bro. The
I know,
Jews
I'm
and-
saying-
and-
I'm saying a 10% flat
Despite the
tax
efforts that both of you have made,
on
more than
wages,
100,000 Americans are dying
Okay.
from overdoses every year,
I'd be okay with.
primarily from fentanyl and other
Really?
What will you do to help
If you just did a
Americans
10%
right
flat
now
tax
in the
across the
throes
board
of
for
addiction,
profits
who are
from the
struggling to get the treatment
corporation.
they need?
To finish up.
Okay,
Actually,
okay, so
that's all it should be,
history of
honestly.
our country under this guy.
So you're saying,
With China.
like Amazon gets taxed that same shit.
Candidate. He gets money from China.
And
I actually
Google-
think if you're a corporation
same.
and you're getting taxed
But
on your
notice he never
profits,
took action on
10%,
tariffs because we bring in so much
the
money
employees
from
shouldn't get
China.
taxed at all. Employee wages shouldn't be
He never
taxed
took
at
it
all.
away. He can't because it's too
Corporate
much money.
profits should
Whoa,
be
that's
taxed.
bold.
Saved our steel industries, and there was more to come.
Yo, I love what you're saying, bro. What you're saying is amazing.
Tariffs
Corporate
because-
profits should be
because there's so
taxed
much money.
Because
He's got the largest
if you think about it, the
Yes.
corporate profits
Yes.
are getting taxed,
he's
and
got
then
the-
they're
Yes.
getting taxed, and then the
the
employee is
worst
getting
situation
taxed
in
again.
China. China's
What the
got-
fuck?
Yes.
They're just taxing on top of taxing on top of
To do what they're
taxing.
doing to us as a
Just
country.
Yes,
tax the
yes.
profits.
As a country, Joe.
Let the people have their money.
You're destroying
People,
us.
Yes.
people, an individual should not get taxed at all.
67 seconds.
But
Yes,
There's-
a million
discern-
times yes, bro.
There's no discernment between an individual and what a corporation is. They say corporations are individuals.
Until the COVID came along.
Yeah, unfortunately, not in the judicial system. Unfortunately, it's the same thing,
Fucking retarded.
which is crazy.
It's not even. That's
It's
like if you just think about it, common sense.
It's the system that we live within. So you have no choice but to exist
Incredible.
within the system that you live within. You have no choice.
We did a lot.
All right. Even if you have like the best intentions to try to break out of that system,
Then
you
he
cannot because you live within that
seen the
system.
numbers
So you
now.
can't. You can't do it, bro.
15 million
It,
people.
it, it seems like you are fully aware
You don't even talk about
of the detriment of like putting the onus on the person rather than the institution,
in women.
right? But the institution still has the say at the end of the day, which it should not be. They should have no say. It should be the individual. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
Across our border now is the largest we've ever had.
sorry, let's get back to the debate.
Fentanyl.
I need to get some ranch, bro. I only got ketchup. I need to get some ranch.
And I wanted to make sure we use
You fuck with ranch?
fentanyl.
I like
Big
ranch.
machines that roll over everything that comes across the border.
What's your favorite dipping sauce,
A lot
bro?
of money. That was part of this deal we put together. This bipartisan deal. More fentanyl machines. More be able to.
Fentanyl machine? Hey, Jordan, are you a fentanyl machine?
I've done fentanyl, yeah.
Numbers of all the
Have you really?
And when we had that
In the
How do you
back of
know?
an back of an ambulance, I've done
Republican
fentanyl.
colleagues said, "Don't do it."
Oh, you mean like legit?
I never argued it's not a good bill. It's a really good
Yeah,
bill.
I got picked up by an
We need
ambulance
those
and they gave me
machines.
fentanyl. They're like,
We
"We're
need
gonna give you
those
fentanyl." I'm
machines.
like, "Yeah,
They're
doesn't
coming
that kill
down very
people?" And
hard
they're
in
like,
every country in
"Not at
Asia
our
in terms
dosage."
of
And then I'm like, "All right,
precursors to
whatever."
Fentanyl, and Mexico was
They're
working
like,
with
yeah, not if you hit a deer.
to be able to put it together. That's what we have to do. We need those
They're like,
machines.
"You're in
Thank you,
shock.
President Biden. President
It
Trump,
won't
and
kill
again,
you
the
because you're in
questions
shock, and
about
adrenaline will save your life."
Americans in the throes of addiction right now, struggling to get the treatment they
Isn't
need.
that crazy? I know that you're kind of joking about that, but isn't that crazy?
The
That's
one that
kind
he
of
made
true.
in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico,
Excuse me,
not catch
sorry.
and release here. We had so many.
I catch and cook. They catch and release. I catch and
got it all
cook.
for nothing. It's just like
Catch and
when
cook what?
we pay $6 billion
Fish, bro.
every time we say it's a hostage.
Which ones?
A Wall Street Journal reporter,
Whatever's biggest.
good guy.
I gotta feed the village.
Putin was laughing.
Gotta feed the village, bro.
For billions of dollars.
Whatever is biggest. That's the best answer that you could have.
As soon as I take office, before
I respect
take office, I said, by literally, as soon as I win the election, I will have that reporter out. He should have had him out a long time ago, but Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars because this guy pays it every time. We had 2 cases where we paid $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58
This
people.
guy's acting like he doesn't talk to Putin.
Virtually nothing.
Thank you, President Trump. Dana?
Let's turn to concerns that voters have about each of you. President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns
Too old. Too
about
old, bro.
your ability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent.
Yeah, bro. Holy
Look at
fuck.
the record. Look at what I've done. Look, I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought off a lot of people. Well, the whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market. We invented those chips, and we lost it because he was sending people to find the cheapest jobs overseas.
I gotta pause this.
And then bring home a product.
Pause.
You know what's crazy talking about computer chips? And so have you heard about NVIDIA lately?
Yeah, they've been through the roof.
So NVIDIA has like the #1 market cap out of all companies in the United States now. They passed Microsoft and Apple.
And they're
NVIDIA
building new places in Salt Lake City, right? In Arizona.
to manufacture?
Yeah, new plants.
I mean, possibly. As of
Yes,
right
no,
now,
Yeah.
now, they manufacture nothing.
What?
They outsource all their manufacturing.
Really? To,
They
like,
do not
Taiwan?
manufacture anything themselves. They outsource to other companies like the Taiwanese
Taiwan.
factories. Yeah. But they don't actually make any of their chips themselves.
Yeah, but they have enough market capital to be like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Right. That's
bro.
why I find it like that's why I find it like a little
That's scary.
weird. I mean, Apple
scary.
does the same thing. Apple, like, it's all like no one actually does their own shit. Like, they have the idea and then they make money off the idea, but they don't actually have the ability to manufacture things themselves in house.
That is wild. That's wild AF.
So
I do not fuck with that as a grand scheme. You know what I'm saying?
it's just they're literally the number one market cap. The S&P 500 is only being propped up by the top 10 companies. Everything else is down year over year, but the top 10 companies are up, and up so much that it makes the whole stock market look up. It's a huge fucking bubble, dude. Everything else is down other than like the top 10 companies, but they're the top 10
So
companies.
do you
are up
follow
like
the
10.
Nancy
What?
Pelosi trade Reddit subreddit?
No, I see some of her stuff. I don't really follow that much of.
Yeah, dude, follow just Nancy Pelosi's trades, and you're
Oh
gonna make
yeah,
money.
I see them when they happen. Yeah, I don't make the same trades though.
No, you have to set up your shit to make the same trades as her, and the same trades. What you do is you set up your portfolio to mimic whatever the trades, the purchases and the sales are of Congress.
Do you do that?
Yes, you can. You can diversify your portfolio.
Do you do that?
No, I don't. No, I don't. But
I'm not even,
can.
dude. I don't even do anything in the stock market anymore because the stock market can fucking when you sell
volatile as shit.
Well, not even that. When you sell, everything's tracked and they can get you with capital gains tax. There's other ways in other markets where you can trade and make profits and then not have to deal with capital gains tax.
Yeah.
Well, we could save that for another podcast, but I could go deep into that.
I mean, bro.
I went to South Korea. I convinced Samsung to invest billions of dollars here in the United States.
Who was that, Joe Biden?
Guess what? Those
That's
fabs,
Joe.
they call it.
I thought there was someone whispering in your ear.
Those fabs pay over $100,000.
That's Joe.
You don't need a college degree for
He's
it.
whispering.
No.
Billions, about $40 billion.
Wait, who said that?
Built right now in the United States, creating.
Who said that shit? I'm fucking convinced.
America
That was crazy.
from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow
Yeah, I would.
we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems and all our opportunities. We're the most progressive country in the world in getting things done. We're the strongest country in the world. We're a country in the world who keeps our word, and everybody trusts us. All of our allies and our those who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, we send love letters to, and Putin, etc.
Kim Jong-un?
Around with us.
Who is that?
Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be.
Are you fucking joking?
Of your second term. What do you say to voters
Listen,
who have
bro.
concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public.
I aced him.
A real easy one. Like, go through the first 5
That
questions.
was a real easy one.
2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior.
Listen to this.
2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball.
Quite smart.
And
Listen.
I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in.
Yo, that's super precise in terms of the yardage.
30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced him. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, he's 6'4", 200.
What do you say?
Anyway.
He's talking about his height and weight stats.
Take a look at what
135 miles?
driving contest.
No, listen.
I got my handicap, which when I was do it.
That's the biggest lie that he's a six handicap of all.
I was.
Voters have about you. Will you pledge tonight, Biden?
You see, he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is. And take
Talking about his height.
Look, I'd be happy to do a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. And by the way,
Talking about his golf
I'm
handicap.
happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie that he's a six handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But I had, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
you know
not
how
act
many
like
rounds-
children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn
Let's not act like children.
You
to
are
a
a child.
specific concern that voters have about you.
He's talking about golf
Will you pledge
handicaps.
tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins, and you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable?
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his
I would be at one of my many places.
opponent, because he indicted me.
I love it.
I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather
All
have
right, Jordan, can I go pay for my drink? I got to go pay for my drinks.
here. The only reason I'm here is he's so
Yeah.
bad as a
Do
president
you want me to pause it?
that I'm going to make America great
No,
again.
no. Or yes, pause it just for 2 seconds.
All right, it's paused.
All right, thank you, sir. One moment.
Yo.
Yo,
Yo.
I'm gonna get out, bro. I'm so sorry.
Bronny got drafted to the Lakers and he's gonna be playing with LeBron this next season.
Wait, yo, Jared Monahan, you ever see him?
First father-son duo in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
The Lakers GM called all the other teams and said, if you draft Bronny in the because the NBA draft was today, they said if you draft Bronny, he
You
will
get
go.
100,000.
No, he said the Lakers GM called all the other teams and said if you draft Bronny, he will decline your draft offer and he will go play pro in Australia. So none of the other teams drafted Bronny. And then when it came time, the Lakers drafted Bronny so he could play with his dad.
I
pretty
mean,
fucking gangster.
that's a calculated move. That's calculated, yeah, bro.
That's pretty fucking gangster. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. All right, bro. I gotta head out, bro. I'm so sorry.
You want to finish this?
Dude,
This
I cannot, bro. I cannot, bro. There's no way. I mean, dude, they're not gonna let me smoke the cigarette inside, so I gotta go.
bro. It's Montana. They don't let you smoke inside in Montana.
All right. Hold on. Let me bring you outside. Then hold on.
No, it's fine. I'm ending the podcast right now.
I'm sorry, bro. I will smoke with you outside.
I want to fucking smoke. I wish I had a cigarette right now. Fuck, dude.
You want me to smoke this with you? Just pause. Just wait.
I got these babies.
Yeah, just wait.
I got cigars.
Yeah, just give it a second here. Hold on.
It's okay. I'm hanging up.
Shit.
Wait,
you're hanging up?
All
right. Peace out, bro. I love you, bro.
I'm just saying.
Smoke with me.
Okay. Final thoughts.
Smoke with me right now. Smoke with me right now.
All right. Final thoughts during the smoke break. Who won the debate?
Trump, clearly. Who do you think?
Dude, Trump, bro.
We didn't figure out what? No, she went. No, so it's done. Oh, yeah. They had a good time. And, good on them. All right. In Glacier, that's what you're talking? Glacier Mountains. Oh, I haven't been privy to that yet. Whoa. Yep. I'm not in on that one. Really? You said you were on the Mission Mountains with who? Burl? You said Burl, you, maybe one other. If we're talking 3 or 4 months ago, maybe, but recent, no. But I would love to join. Okay, and let me know. Mission Mountain this way. We're talking. Oh yeah. Good. Talking good. Scouting. Because you think theoretically you can get a pass, right? No. Kind of sketchy up there. Yeah. But over here, listen, man, I just want to put miles on. Right. First step. Yeah. I mean that. Okay. Yeah. For sure. We'll do it. All right. See you later. Good to see you. You too. Catch you later. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear any of my shit?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, so basically, I just agreed to going up fucking 2,000 feet vertical with my buddy Jubal to go after a night.
I can't understand what you're saying, bro. You sound like Sleepy Joe right now.
Listen, bitch, I'm going hunting with my buddy Jubal up in the Mission Mountains. So what that means is if
For
I'm going in
what?
the Mission Mountains, that is a 4,000 to 6,000 foot vertical to get to the hunting ground at least. Plus, we're setting up base camp and we're going hunting and we're shooting some either Sitka blacktail. Just kidding, we ain't gonna do that. But we might shoot some whitetail and we're gonna shoot some elk. So guaranteed, that's what that just was. That interchange right there was him inviting me first time. You never even seen that. I've never even seen
You gotta
it. I
get
just got
some.
invited.
Get yourself a hunting rifle.
Bro, right now. Immediately. I need it right now.
I know. It's
You
fucking
saw that
sick.
happen. That was Jubal. That's my boy. He
That's
is an
sick.
Amish.
I want to be Amish. I'm anti-vax, bro.
Nah, Jubal's an Amish, but he's sick as fuck, dude.
I'm down with the
Like,
Amish.
dude,
I
this
love
is his.
Amish,
You see
bro.
this right now? You see this? That's
Wait,
his
he can
Chevy.
drive?
That's a
I thought he
1980 Chevy.
Amish are allowed to drive.
It's not electric or something. Maybe I don't know, bro. But it's wide. I'm just kidding.
As long as it's
But,
four-wheel drive.
Nah, he's about to drive out in his Dodge, I think. But whatever, dude. That's my boy. You see?
I see.
You see?
Damn, I'm hella
And we're
jealous.
about to go. We're about to get that fucking meat for show because that's my boy. When you get that meat.
I'm jealous. Shit.
I mean, you can do it too. You know, gotta move up here. Easy, easy money. Hey. The best.
What jobs can I get up there other than Quinn's?
You can get Blackfoot native electronics technology.
Electronics? I know all about that.
Yeah, look up Blackfoot. Look up Blackfoot Communications.
Blackfoot Communications.
Yeah, look
What
it up.
town's it
Blackfoot
out of?
Communications. I think it's out of Idaho, but it supplies all of Western Montana.
Missoula, internet service provider.
Yep. Yeah, join Blackfoot, bro. They are coming up, bro. They're putting in fresh data everywhere, fresh data cable everywhere, and they have so much money because they're funded federally.
I'm browsing their openings right now. I'm literally on the page. It's loading.
Dude, please fucking
Okay,
do,
it says
bro.
regulatory specialist 3 days ago. 55 to 79. What? It's more than I make here in California.
Let's go. Let's go.
But that's the
Dude,
only
that's
thing
what
they
I'm saying,
have.
bro.
That's the only thing they have
No,
on
they
there.
got more than that. They got way more than that. You talk to Jill. You talk to Jill at Blackfoot Communication Resources. She will hook you up. You talk to Jill.
All right, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send an email while I'm at work tomorrow. I'm gonna
just
do
say,
all my
hey,
work hours.
My buddy mentioned that Jill said she might have some openings out in the Western Montana area.
Hold
You
on.
say Western Montana.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. Blackfoot Communications.
Resources.
Jill? What's Jill?
Jill is like our regional manager or supervisor for Blackfoot. And
In Western Montana?
Yeah, Blackfoot.
What about Gardner? Gardner.
That's way the fuck off. That's like 3 or 4 hours away, but that's still fire.
Blackfoot. Because on their website, all they got is this fucking. All they got is regulatory specialist.
Oh shit!
What else?
Where is that?
How much do they pay at the logging place there?
Oh, dude, at Idaho Forest Group, they pay. I mean, I think it's like 20 an hour. But it's basic labor. It's like $20 an hour for like what you're doing, you know?
For being out in the forest, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that? It's all good. It's all good, bro.
No, that's
But
what I'm
that's
asking
all
about
I
it.
got.
All right, I'm gonna ask you again tomorrow, and you're gonna have some new answers. I'll let you
Well,
think.
no, man. I mean, Twins has plenty of openings, but it's not. I would like to see you in the Blackfoot Communication Research role, which is the highest paid position out here. Yeah, I'm trying to
Are
get you.
they?
I'm trying to. Oh, 100%.
Missoula.
Yes, based out of Missoula
All right,
or based out of Idaho, whichever one.
Missoula for sure, bro.
Yes, sir. Dude, just put in a little preview. If you get approved, dude, I will pay half of your rent, whatever it is in Missoula. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get a job from them, I will pay half of the housing. I
Bro,
want you to come out here, bro.
this state
I
is
want you to
so
come out
bad.
here. Come to Montana.
How cold does it get in Missoula?
Same here, bro. Like 0 once a year.
What?
It'll hit 0 one time per year.
And everything above that is above zero. How hard is it to drive in the winter in Montana?
Not
In my
that bad,
truck.
especially if you're in the town. If you got a truck in town in Missoula, it's like you don't even notice it. They snow plow, they plow that shit for sure. It's not a
Okay.
big deal.
But I have a Toyota. Is there any people that will work on a Toyota out there?
Oh my god, bro! I'll introduce you to two Toyota dealers personally.
You said they only work on Dodge Rams.
No. Locally,
2004.
yes.
2004 Dodge
I'll,
Ram.
I'll, that's my truck. That's my truck. But I'll introduce you to the the dealers, the Toyota dealers, which they fuck with the Tundra. They fuck with the Tacoma. They fuck with that Toyota. They do.
Bro, I gotta make enough money so I can live wherever I want to live. I gotta get that. I don't know.
It's tough,
I
bro.
gotta go, bro. I gotta log off.
Same, bro. I'm gonna catch you later, brother.
All right. Peace out. Thanks for logging back in.
All right. Peace up, A-Town down.
Basics.
Bam, bam, bam,
Out.
bam, 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 bam.